Okay, I'm live. So today what I'm going to talk about is the day that I'm sure that this neighborhood plotted against me was February 28th, 2017. And I'm going to explain to you why I think or believe or know that they plotted against me. So, on this day, like I said, it was February 28th, 2017. I'm living in that same place today. So I'm getting ready to leave the house. I take a shower. I'm preparing to leave. And all of a sudden, I notice like I hear this helicopter over my head. I'm like, and I'm already suspicious about this neighborhood because of things that they've done before. So I'm like, why is there a helicopter? Then I realized it was like 6 or 7 helicopters over my head. Like I could hear them. It was just like propelling, propelling, propelling. I'm like, okay, so I look out the window. I'm looking out the front window, the back window, the side window, any window I can look at. I noticed that there are no cars anywhere. And if you look back at some of the earlier videos, one thing I was complaining about is there's always so many cars around and it looks like people don't even work. Like this was 2017, way before the pandemic. So I'm like, that is super weird. There was no car in sight. None. From this stop sign to that stop sign. I didn't go outside. As far as I could see, because there's like a cul-de-sac, there was no cars. It's a whole long street, no cars that way. Then this way, as far as I could see, no cars, not one car in sight, not one car in the driveway, not one car drove by, not one car pulled out. Now, my friend who I live with was out of town on a trip, a business trip, which is when they like to do the most to me. So I'm like, what's going on? Okay, there's like 6, 7 helicopters. I could hear it. So something told me, don't go outside. Just don't go. Because I was going to just wait it out, wait till the helicopters leave. It was 12:30 p.m. Okay? The helicopters did not leave until 6:30 p.m. They were literally on top of this roof for that amount of time, almost 6 hours. And nobody showed up. Everybody started showing up at 6:30. Cars started showing up then. These people haven't been even known to really work. They act like it's a retirement or a neighborhood full of retired people, but it's not. Some are, but there's a lot of young people around here, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Okay? Not a car in sight. Guess what? They said I said, why was there not a car in sight? They said, well, because we did a neighborhood newsletter. A neighborhood newsletter. Okay? The neighborhood newsletter, or they said that they called everybody and notified everybody to leave, to exit. Well, they must have did it before 12:30 and they must have all snuck out. I didn't get no notification. My friend didn't call me and tell me, oh, get out the neighborhood. There's going to be a shooting involving a police officer. So there were no cars. I saw pictures and I saw how they had there was from the farthest stop sign over here to the farthest this way, they had those blocked off. But everything inside that, no cars were there. It was like it was just me at home by myself, literally, and nobody else was around. So I'm like, first of all, how did you get that information out to everybody before a shooting happened? So I'm guessing this was also on the news, but I didn't hear any cars moving. I didn't hear anything. So these people must have left at nighttime or something. Okay? Not a car in sight. Their excuse, we notified everyone. Have y'all heard of that before? Let me know how that works. Where you notify everybody that there's going to be a shooting and everybody's out of the way on time, but I didn't get the notification. The helicopters, they said they found one suspect. He ended up shooting a cop and making him paralyzed. The mayor, what's that black mayor's name? Sylvester Turner. He apparently showed up at the hospital. He looked like he was upset. I don't know what it was. They had a big Middle Eastern police officer dude out there, a whole bunch of white police officers, and female police officers, all type of police officers out there. I didn't hear one shooting. They said there was a shooting. I've heard gunshots around here before. I didn't hear one shooting, and it was supposedly really close by where I stay, where you could have heard the shooting. I didn't hear any shootings, but I heard the helicopters. And there was like 6 or 7 of them hovering over this roof. That's how it sounded. Like they weren't moving. If they were going to be finding somebody, they would spread out over here, spread out over there, spread out somewhere. It sounded like they were just hovering right over this roof. Like they weren't moving anywhere for 6 hours and 30 minutes. I didn't know that helicopters could hover that long. Like literally they were sitting in the sky for that long. Okay? So then my friend finally gets back and says, "Oh, is everything okay?" Some people from my job called me and said that they heard that something was going on in the neighborhood. How did people from your job, most of those people don't even live over here, near over here, probably not even in this city. But people from his job heard about this on the news the same day or this day after. They heard about it, called him and said, "Oh, are you okay?" Or would they call him to see if did something happen to that girl that lives with you? I don't know. But it sure was suspicious. So you guys tell me, y'all be the judge. Tell me how that happens. Tell me how I could go take a picture of the neighborhood right now. And y'all have seen some footage because I've showed you some footage of the neighborhood. I could show you how these people are parked in their driveway every day. There's a lot of people that their cars are just parked in the driveway. This day, I'm doing something. This day, no one was there. No one. So I'm like, how is that possible? I'm talking to somebody right now. So I'm on the phone. I'm talking to somebody. So I said, how is that possible? So he's trying to interrupt me right now because whatever is going on. I'm made out to look like the crazy person. When I start telling the truth, they don't want me to talk. So explain that. Explain how the whole neighborhood knew to leave. And I was the only one there. I told you it's like a chunk of all these neighbors from this stop sign to this stop sign. They're all involved with gang stalking. That's how I feel. Literally. They pop up outside at certain times. All of them. So if the FBI is listening, I would like them to investigate this neighborhood. I'm sure they can find out where I am. On February 28th, 2017. And this community has security. They call them armed police on bikes, but they're not on bikes most of the time. They upgraded their cars from the cars that I saw them initially have, and they have some other cars now. The old cars and a couple of new black cars and some other cars. They have neighborhood security and, nothing. They've never really helped me. Every time I try to ask them to help me or figure out what's going on, they either try to turn on me or they start smiling and acting like smirking, like and acting like what I'm saying is a joke, or like they know what's going on to me and it's not something they want to deal with because they want this to go on. That's how they're making me feel, and that's what it's looking like. So because I'm getting so angry and upset, I had to post this today. I've been holding this story in for a long time. I've been wanting to tell this story. They put me in a neighborhood trap where I believed that they were trying to kill me. Because if I would have got out the house, they would have immediately saw one person in there. They had everything secure. I saw the pictures. They had every entrance on lock where you couldn't pass by the police. So if I would have drove, they would have been making it seem like I'm, the suspect. And also, one of the cars that they had in the picture looked almost similar to my vehicle. They said that it was a Crips or something like that, and my vehicle is blue, but this car looked much newer than what my car looks like. Also, one of the neighbors got a vehicle just like mine over here. The one that was making all that noise on that noise harassment video that I had, but theirs looks much older than mine. This one looked much newer. So I'm just like, what are they doing? Like, I feel like they're trying to plot against me for whatever reasons, which I'm going to make videos of why I think that this is happening to me. Besides just oh, you're smart, oh, you're talented, oh, you have this going for. I'm talking about real situations and scenarios that have happened in life. Besides the characteristics and qualities of whatever's going on. So these people are literally, and the person that I live with, they literally have started changing since I got into this neighborhood. Now, when I first met that person, there was police outside that house too. And I was like, well, I don't want to show up because why are there police with that little toy gun thing that tracks people from moving fast? Why are they there? He's like, oh, it's nothing. So he came outside and then I went in. That was literally my first time meeting that person or going to their house. I had been talking to them on the phone for about a month or so because they were going on trips and stuff like that. So now this person, the neighbors over here are trying to cause arguments over here. They're trying to cause, all type of things to happen. I called security on the dude yesterday, and then when my friend or the person that I live with came outside, he ran to his car and said, "Why did she call the security people on me?" And I'm going to show you footage of why I called the security people on him. He knows why. He could have asked. But what did he do when security got here? He started whispering whatever he was saying. I was talking out loud. This person's flashing their lights. They're doing all type of things. I was talking loud, but when the security person talks to him, they start whispering and moving closer to the back and all that type of crap. So I asked him the other day, I said, do you remember February 28th, 2017? Explain how that happened. How everybody out of the neighborhood was gone, but I was in the house. Y'all notified everybody. It's just weird. It's awkward. And then not only that, how when I first moved into this neighborhood, what happened then? I'll make a video about that too. And then you put these two together. So I'm upset. I'm mad, and I'm trying to keep some of the peace around here. But this is my life. This is my life. They're trying to get me to go crazy and erratic because they're messing with me. Then he's starting to act like he's in on it. I'm even starting to believe that his job, which he works for a chemical industry or something like that, I'm starting to believe they're involved in it. And they're bullying me, and they're doing weird things. But I'm the one who's sitting here and getting picked on and bullied because, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm not just doing anything. I've worked, I've saved up, I've done certain things. I have receipts of my jobs. And I've also taken breaks because of the things that they've been doing to me at work and the things that have been happening to me. So I take breaks. Sometimes I take a year off or whatever, and then they bring these neighbors to harass me. They harass me less when I'm working because I'm at work 9 hours a day. These people will start disappearing when I start going to work, and then they'll start harassing me at work. They tell people what to do to me at work, and I just have hung in there and endured it. I've literally endured the things that they've done to me. And I believe they want to see me cry. They want to see me act crazy. They're literally trying to push me to do all these things. And it's like, I don't want to cry. I don't want to be seen in that type of way, doing that type of thing. But I think these people are literally Satanists and masochism. They enjoy your tears. They enjoy your pain. They enjoy watching you go through what you're going to go through. And somebody gave me a thumbs up, and then it just went to a thumbs down. That's fine with me. Because guess what? That thumbs up and that thumbs down, I have the right to show it, and I have the right not to show it. But guess what? You are not going to stop my story. You're not going to stop me from telling the truth. You can give me 1,000,000 thumbs downs. That does not bother me. Okay? So these people are trying to attack me. I know what they're trying to do. They want to take my rights away from me. They want to make sure I can't protect myself. They want to make sure that all these weird, crazy people are going against me. It's not going to work because I get completely upset to the fullest when I see what these people are doing what they're doing to me. So I'm not going to go on and go on and go on because I'm really kind of emotional right now because somehow I'm surrounded by a bunch of negative people. And I'm not used to being surrounded by a bunch of negative people. They're all around me. I have to be on these not police security, neighborhood security body cams because I'm sitting there telling them my story. I don't want them with my footage and stuff. YouTube is one thing, but it's like I don't want them people playing. I think that something's up with them, something really shady, and it's starting to feel as though it's also perverse because I'm a female. So of course I'm gonna think that there's something perverse connected to it when there's grown men acting like, it doesn't matter. And I know I'm an attractive person, especially when I try. So, yes, I think that it's some type of perversion thing going on as well. I want this security over here to be investigated, and I want these neighbors to be investigated too. They're using audio devices and they're putting stuff in people's houses. I want to know why they are doing this to me. I didn't do anything in this neighborhood. Thank you for watching this video. Didn't mean to shed any tears, but that's just a normal reaction when people are being extremely pressured and, people are trying to do bad things to them.